Dude, I swear, Tony Parker always has something to say.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Tony Parker always runs his mouth, man. Like, always runs his mouth. It's like, shut up, Tony. Like, good God, man. Tony Parker, man. He just never stops talking. All right, before we talk about Tony, really quick, if you want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com. Hey, Tony Parker was on this team. Remember, I Want Some Nasty? He was on that team. If you guys want to support the channel, link in the description. I really do appreciate the love. Just be patient with me. A little backed up on orders, but if you didn't get a tracking number yet, just be patient. You'll eventually get one, okay? Or email me. If you got any questions, email me, okay? If you want like an update on your order or anything. Like I'm quick to email back within a day. So yeah, just email me here if you got any questions or you want a custom order or something, just let me know. But anyways, I do appreciate the love, but let's go ahead and move on to this statement from Tony Parker. Tony Parker says he's told Greg Popovich to travel the world instead of continuing to coach to rebuilding Spurs. Tony, man. Tony. He's like the only legend, the only Spurs legend that talks. And I'm like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love me some Tony Parker, right? I was the biggest Tony Parker fan back in the day, okay? He was absolutely amazing, okay? Immaculate. Definitely better than Steven Jackson. But with that being said, he also has a mouth on him in which you're just like, bro, shut up. Like, I remember, if you guys remember, and we talked about this in another video too, so I'm not even going to bring up the article, but you guys remember when Tony Parker actually said that the San Antonio Spurs were never going to win a championship again? I believe it was like 2011. And he was like, oh yeah, I think this is it. I think that's it. I think we're not going to win again. It was like, are you serious? Like, as a fan, I was so pissed off. I was like, wow, it's all over. We're never going to win again. It's done. All because, and I was like, our starting point guard said that. But hey, we know how Tony Parker is. But yeah, he is no filter. All right, so this is what he has to say about Popovich. I always joke with him. What are you doing? You should. I can't do the accent. You should travel the world. Enjoy it. Parker told Insider while promoting the partnership with French winemaker Michael. Okay, so they just asked him this. Especially him. He loves the world. He loves traveling. And because of that, I'm very surprised that he's still doing what he's doing. You know what? I want to just throw this out. Can I just throw this out here? I'm just going to throw that out. And you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to look like an idiot, right? But like, isn't Tony Parker the only one out of the big three that has not come back to the Spurs yet? He's also the only one out of the big three that left the Spurs because he was like, I'm not coming off the bench. I can't do that, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. He did his time, right? He gave us some championships, but at the same time, it's like, Tony, you're the one guy that hasn't come back, and yet and still you want to sit here and say, I just don't understand. Well, it's because you're not Pop, Manu, or Timmy. But moving on. All right, so he says, I don't know the purpose of it. You know what I mean? To be with all those young guys. But I'm like, I guess he's super passionate. Why don't you see the point of it? Yes, he's super passionate. He enjoys this. Parker knows that Pop was around at a different rebuild as well. Like Pop coached bad teams before. Like, he knows the ropes of this. He just absolutely loved coaching. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. We can just read the rest of it. There had been a belief in the NBA world that Popovich would retire after coaching the U.S. men's basketball team at the Tokyo Olympics and winning a gold medal. Though Popovich has since relinquished his USA basketball head coaching duties, he has stayed on board in San Antonio. Parker told Insider that Popovich has responded to him by saying he has plenty of time to see the world. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Pop's still young, baby. Parker spent 17 seasons with the Spurs, all under Popovich, and had his numbers retired by the team in 2019. After 2 decades of championships and playoff runs, the Spurs leaned fully into a rebuild this offseason by trading away all-star guard DeJounte Murray. The roster now consists of lots of young players and role players who are more likely to help San Antonio fight for the #1 pick in next year's draft of the playoffs. Popovich, 74, admitted at the start of training camp that this year Spurs won't be very good. We do remember this. Nobody here should go to Vegas and with the thought of betting on the Spurs to win the championship. He later said the point of the season was to help develop young players. If the point of the season is to help develop young players, tell me why Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley did not play. I love you, Pop. I absolutely do. Okay, you're the GOAT. You're the greatest of all time. But why didn't those two play? It's only one game. I'm just tripping. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So this is the article. Dude, every time Tony Parker says something, I just roll my eyes. Like, I don't listen to a word that Tony Parker says anymore. I love him. Okay, I cherish the memories. I go back and I watch some Tony Parker highlights. Okay, don't get me wrong. All right, when Tony Parker dunked in that one game, that was crazy. But at the same time, I don't like hearing what he has to say. He was also the main one, or the main reason why people saw any type of drama coming out of San Antonio, not just with Eva Longoria, but it was actually with the Kawhi situation. If you guys recall, like, people weren't really critiquing or criticizing a lot of players' comments on Kawhi, but Tony Parker was the one guy that was like, yes, we had the same injury. I don't know why he's not back. Like, now don't get me wrong, Kawhi would have left anyway. I don't think it had anything to do with Tony Parker's comments, like some people say. It had nothing to do with that. Uncle Dennis had that situation under wraps. Okay, they were out. They were gone. And it was no fault of the San Antonio Spurs why they wanted to leave. I mean, we covered the story back when it happened. Like, there was nothing. Okay. I even talked to someone. I'm getting sidetracked, but I even talked to someone that was literally, and you guys could say, yeah, whatever, but no, I promise, literally around the situation when it happened. And we talked about it pretty early. I didn't have this channel yet. I actually talked about it on IG, on Instagram, but yeah, I got attacked for it. But it was absolutely correct. And it seemed as if the San Antonio Spurs, it came out of nowhere. They weren't even expecting it. So they were going to leave regardless. And it was nothing that Tony Parker said or could have said, or yeah, it was nothing he could have done. But overall, it did suck. But Tony Parker, he put it in the headlines. He made us look pretty bad. So those Kawhi defenders back then were latching on to the fact that Tony Parker said what he said. But that's my point is, Tony Parker talks too much. And the fact that he can't understand why Popovich would want to stay, he's just different, man. He was, even though Tony Parker was that guy, right? He was absolutely amazing. He was the diva of the group. Let's just be honest. He's the least favorite big three because he's the diva. He's a diva. Anyways, I'll give it to you guys later, man. If you want to support the channel, as always, clanthemerchfan.com or become a patron at YouTube member. Link in the description. Only $2 per month. Thank you guys so much, man. I really do appreciate all the love that you've shown the shop. And yeah, we're going to keep growing. Just be patient with me. Like I said, got a little backed up these last couple weeks, but I'm on it. I'm on it. I'll give it to you later. Bye.